First of all, what do you mean by underwriting of shares? Yes, guaranteeing of shares. A lot of noise is coming behind you now. Underwriting means guaranteeing of shares. So what is this guaranteeing of shares? If a new company is formed, then there is a clause of minimum subscription required as per table A if it is adopted at the time of incorporation of a company. In articles of association, if you adopt table A, otherwise also, as per the company law, as per the Companies Act, any new company which comes into the market must be able to receive minimum 90% of issued capital. Otherwise, it does not deserve to start the company. Whatever money it has received from the public, it has to refund back, and company cannot commence the business. So to safeguard against this, company hire underwriters. Underwriters are the people who give the guarantee that their shares are going to be subscribed. So, if underwriters X and Y, a new company is formed which is issuing 10 lakh shares in the market, they take the guarantee that all 10 lakh will be subscribed. Now what happens? If 8 lakh shares are subscribed, then remaining 2 lakh shares, who will have to purchase? X and Y will have to purchase. Okay, this is the concept of underwriting. Suppose they do underwriting of 70%. Now they do underwriting of 70% means they take risk of 10 lakhs, 70%, 7 lakhs. Did you understand it? So now if the company issues the shares, and in that situation, let us say 8 lakh shares are subscribed. Are they supposed to purchase any shares? They are supposed to. Whatever is not underwritten, 70% of that is their risk. See, suppose they take full guarantee, 10 lakhs. Okay. If 8 lakh shares are subscribed, they have to purchase 2 lakhs. Now suppose they take 70% risk. So 10 lakhs, 70%, 7 lakhs. Now if 8 lakh shares are subscribed, how many are not subscribed? 2 lakhs. So 2 lakhs, 70% they have to buy. Remaining 2 lakh which are unsubscribed shares, 70% of that they have to buy. Did everyone understand this? So that doesn't mean that 7 lakhs shares are subscribed so their guarantee is over. They take guarantee to buy the unsubscribed shares 70% portion. In full subscription 10 lakhs and 10 lakhs nothing remains. So they don't have to buy anything. So underwriting means giving the guarantee to buy the shares if they remain unsubscribed. Did everyone of you understand this portion? Now here, how the transactions will take place. Suppose I talk about full underwriting, 10 lakh shares. Okay. 9 lakh shares are subscribed by the public. How many are not subscribed? 1 lakh. Now it will never be mentioned in the question that 1 lakh shares are purchased by X and Y. They will just mention that public have purchased 9 lakh shares. So it is a hidden entry in our question. When they say public have purchased 9 lakh shares, means whatever are not purchased by the public, remaining 1 lakh, they have to be purchased by X and Y who have entered into joint venture. So automatically for purchasing that 1 lakh shares entry will come joint venture account, debit. Here shares itself is the goods. That is what they are buying and selling. So joint venture account, debit. And for making the payment to joint bank, here you don't have to make shares account separately. Here all the entries of shares will be coming in joint venture. Okay, incoming of shares is like incoming of goods because that is the business you are doing. And outgoing of shares is like outgoing of goods. Did everyone understand this? So in underwriting of shares, shares itself are like goods. You don't have to make shares account separate. Any confusions in this? What is the main income over here? Commission. They are taking the risk of 10 lakh shares, so commission is the main income. Okay, that commission income, main income will come in joint venture account on credit side. Now tell me one thing. If 9 lakh shares are subscribed, 1 lakh are subscribed, they are going to purchase 1 lakh shares. Suppose they are entitled to 5% commission. Will they get 5% commission on 10 lakh, 9 lakh or 1 lakh? Will they get 5% commission on 10 lakh, 9 lakh or 1 lakh? Yes, Rohan? 9 lakh which public have purchased. Yes? 1 lakh which public have not purchased. So if public subscribes for all 10 lakh shares, they will not earn anything. They will get commission on full 10 lakhs. They are taking risk of 10 lakhs, but they are taking risk of 10 lakhs. What if public does not purchase any shares? Then can they say no to the company? Then they have to buy all 10 lakh. They are taking risk of full 10 lakh. Okay, so they will get commission on full 10 lakh shares. Even if all 10 lakh are subscribed, They will earn commission on 10 lakhs. Because why 10 lakh shares are subscribed, they have made efforts to sell those shares. They are going to get commission, so they will make efforts to sell the shares in the market and see that the shares are subscribed, otherwise they have to purchase it. So they will earn commission on fulls. If they take 80% risk, then 10 lakhs, 80% they are taking risk of 8 lakhs. In that situation, they will get commission on 8 lakhs. Is everyone of you clear with this? So here, what is the major income in this questions?
Commission.
And that will come in joint venture on credit side and joint bank on debit side. It depends. If commission is received in the form of shares, then joint venture account on the credit side, and depending on the number of shares which they receive and sell it, the price will be recorded in joint venture account on credit side. But generally it would be received in the form of check. Then joint bank account debit to joint venture account. Is everyone of you clear with it? So which will be the hidden entry over here? Purchase of shares. Whatever shares remain unsubscribed that they have to purchase, that will not be mentioned anywhere. That entry automatically we will pass when we solve the questions. Okay. So that point, write it down as a note. In underwriting of shares, underwriters are required to purchase. This is note 1, okay? Underwriters are required to purchase unsubscribed shares into unsubscribed shares multiplied by percentage underwriting. Percentage underwriting. So as I said, if they have taken the risk of 70%, then there was a confusion. I asked you, if 8 lakh shares are subscribed, that doesn't mean they don't have to buy anything. What are unsubscribed shares? 2 lakhs. They have taken risk of 70%. So 2 lakhs, 70% they have to buy 1,40,000. Is everyone of you clear with this? That will remain unsubscribed. When underwriters are taking 70% risk, it means remaining 30% company itself is taking the risk. Okay, and if they have taken that risk to any other underwriter, Z, A or B, then they will buy those shares. Okay, but if X and Y have taken risk of 70%, then whatever shares remain unsubscribed, 70% of that only they have to buy. Their guarantee given is only 70%. Yes, they cannot be more than the 100% guarantee. So if X and Y has taken 70% guarantee, then company can look for Z or A or B for remaining 30% guarantee. Okay. Yes, any confusion up to here? Then second point. So this is clear. Underwriters are required to purchase unsubscribed shares into percentage, and if 100% guarantee is taken, then whatever remains unsubscribed entire they have to purchase. Second, commission will always be calculated on total risk undertaken. So stop that is number of shares issued by the company multiplied by percentage underwriting. Okay, so I told you if full risk is taken, they'll get commission on all 10 lakh shares. And if they have taken risk of 70%, then they'll get commission on 7 lakh shares. Is everyone clear with this? Third point, if commission is received in the form of shares. See, commission is received by check, what entry would you pass? Joint bank to joint venture. Okay? But if commission is received in the form of shares, then no entry will be passed. For receiving the shares. Understand what will happen here? Why no entry will be passed? Suppose company has given in the commission 14,000 shares of 10 each. No entry will be passed for receiving those shares. Now when they receive those shares X and Y 14,000, what will they do with that 14,000 shares? Either they'll sell it or X and Y will take it over. So when they sell it, we'll record it. Automatically will it represent as an income in joint venture or not? So suppose you receive in commission 14,000 shares from the company, then you sell it for 12 rupees. Then we write it in joint venture account on credit side, 14,000 into 12 in joint bank account on debit side. So automatically that commission income gets represented. For receiving that shares, no entry is to be passed because you receive it free of cost. You receive it as a commission. Okay, then later on those shares will either be sold or they will be taken over by the co-venturers. For that the entry will be passed. If commission is received by check, the entry will be passed joint bank to joint venture. But if commission is received in the form of shares, then no entry is to be passed. Entry will be directly passed when those shares are sold or when those shares are taken by co-ventures. Any confusion with this? Look at question number 9. At the end you have to make joint venture, joint bank and co-ventures account. So make the 3 formats for question number 9. Here one. After this one question you all will be trying on your own to understand it properly. They have to be closed, means before you close the books, either the shares will be sold or they will be taken up by the co-ventures. If shares are there still in the joint venture, then the venture will not get closed. So if they received in commission 14,000 shares, they have to dispose of that first. So either they have to be sold or X and Y have to take 7,000, 7,000, 8,000, 6,000, something like that. Then only the venture will get closed. Is the written question number 9. Ashish and Bimal entered into a joint venture to act as underwriters of a newly formed company which issued 60,000 shares of 10 each. So company is issuing in public how many shares? 60,000. And then the extent of underwriting was 80%. Means Ashish and Bimal have given how much guarantee? 60,000, 80%? 48,000. Yes, value is 4,80,000. 48,000 shares of 10 each means they have taken risk of 4,80,000. They earn commission on 4,80,000. Any doubt with this? Once again, how many shares are issued by the company? 60,000. Guarantee is given for? 80%. So 60,000 is 80%, 48,000. What is the value of the risk undertaken? 48,000 into 10, 4,80,000. They will get commission on 4,80,000. Further, they opened a joint bank account by contributing rupees 70,000 each. Dhruvi, joint bank account debit to co-venturers account. So joint bank account debit side to co-venturer account. Stop talking in between. Ashish 70,000, Bimal 70,000, total 1,40,000. Who is this? Opposite side in co-venturers account by joint bank account 70,000 in Ashish and 70,000 in Bimal. Is everyone clear with it? Next, public subscribed for 44,000 shares. Now this is the hidden entry. How many shares were issued? 60,000. How many shares are issued? 60,000. Out of that, how many are subscribed? 44,000. So how many are not subscribed? 16,000. Particular? Out of 60,000 shares issued, how many are subscribed? 44,000. What are unsubscribed? 16,000. Now they have taken risk of 80%. So they have to purchase 16,000's 80% shares. As I made you read in the first note. How many shares are required to be purchased by the underwriters? Unsubscribed shares, that is 16,000 into percentage underwriting, that is 80%. Did everyone understand this? Okay. So this is a hidden entry. Okay. Working note 1. Shares issued by the company are 60,000 minus subscribed is 44,000, unsubscribed is 16,000, and 80% of that underwriting is it 14,400? 12,800 shares. These are to be purchased by underwriters. Did you all understand this? If they have taken full subscription, then they would purchase all 16,000 shares. But here they have taken the risk of 80%, so they have to purchase 12,800. Now read that sentence further. Public subscribed for 44,000 shares and the underwriters duly discharged their obligations. They discharge their obligations means they fulfill their liability. What liability? They purchased 12,800 shares. Did everyone understand it? So what entry we will pass for this? Joint venture account debit. Shares coming in. I told you shares itself are like goods. We don't have to make separate shares account. So joint venture account debit to joint bank account. 12,800 shares multiplied by 10 rupees is the value. 1,28,000. Is everyone clear with this? And opposite side in joint bank account by joint venture account in bracket purchase of shares 1,28,000. So this will always be a hidden entry. Okay, it will never be mentioned that X and Y or Amit and Ashish and Bimal purchase the shares. They never mention like this. It is automatically understood that whatever portion remains unsubscribed, according to the risk taken, they have to purchase those. So public subscribed for 44,000 shares and underwriters duly discharge their obligation means they purchase this 12,800 shares in consideration of commission of 5%. Now commission they will get on 4,80,000, full amount of underwriting, risk taken. Okay. 5% commission which they received by check. So joint bank account debit to joint venture account. Commission is the main income which will come in joint venture on credit side by joint bank account. In bracket, commission is equal to 60,000 shares into 80% risk into rupees 10 value into 5%. Okay, 60,000 is 80%. What risk they have taken? 48,000. 48,000 into 10 rupees. What is the value of shares? 4,80,000. 5% of that, 24,000 is the commission. Any confusion with this calculation? And opposite side in joint bank account to joint venture account in bracket commission 24,000. Right everyone? Miscellaneous expenses amounting to 1,500 were made out of joint bank account. So normal entry as we have been doing up till now, expenses made out of joint bank, puja and seal we had there. Normal entry what we have been doing up till now, expenses made from joint banks. For expenses will debit joint venture account and to joint bank account for the payment. So joint venture account debit side to joint bank account in bracket expenses 1,500, opposite side in joint bank account by joint venture account in bracket expenses 1,500. Is everyone clear with this? Now, how many shares they have subscribed for? 12,800 is what they had to purchase. Now, what is done? Ashish took 3,000 shares at rupees 9 per share. Bimal took 3,200 shares at rupees 9.5 per share. So, co-venturers are the receiver, debit the receiver, co-venturers account debit, and shares going out will credit in joint venture account. Your shares are like goods. So joint venture account credit side by co-venturers account in bracket shares taken over Ashish 3,000 into 9 rupees 27,000. Bimal, whose mobile is this? Switch it off. 3,200 into 9.5 30,400. Total 57,400. Opposite side in co-venturers account to joint venture account in bracket shares taken over Ashish 27,000, Bimal 30,400. All of you are clear with this? Next, the rest of the shares. And then the rest of the shares. Can you tell me the quantity? What are the rest of the shares? How do you get that? 12,800 minus 6,200. Okay, in the joint venture, now how many shares are still remaining? They purchased 12,800 shares and they have taken up 6,200 shares. So 12,800 minus 6,200, 6,600 shares. These shares are sold at rupees 12 per share. Did you understand this? And then rest of the shares. And on the right side write down 12,800 minus 3,000 minus 3,200. Okay, and then rest of the shares and write down 12,800 minus 3,000 minus 3,200, that is 6,600. They are sold at 12 per share. Brokerage being 0.5 per share means, can I say 11.5 is only received? You are selling it for 12 and you are giving brokerage of 0.5. We will directly record the selling price as 11.5. We don't ever record 12 separately and brokerage of 0.5 separately. Whenever we buy and sell the shares, we never pay the brokerage separately. Directly the share broker gives us the amount after deducting his brokerage. So for us, what is the final selling price? 12 minus 0.5, 11.5. Now they are sold. So joint bank account, debit for the money received, and for shares going out to joint venture account. So joint venture account credit side by joint bank account, bracket shares sold 6,600 into 11.5, 75,900. Opposite side in joint bank account to joint venture account in bracket shares sold 75,900. So now you can see the venture gets closed because all the 12,800 shares are disposed of. Okay, 6,200 shares are taken by the co-venturers and 6,600 shares are sold. Did everyone understand this? Profits on joint venture are to be shared equally. You are required to prepare joint venture, joint bank and personal accounts of Ashish and Bimal. So now we have to do the balance. 50, 70, 140, 156, 157, 300 minus 129, 500. So 27,800 to co-venturers account in bracket profit. Now it is to be distributed equally. So Ashish will get half of it, 13,900, and Bimal will also get half of that 13,900. Opposite side in co-venturers account by joint venture account in bracket profit. 13,900 in Ashish column and 13,900 in Bimal column. 83,900 both the columns minus 27,000, so 56,900 900 and minus 30,400, 53,500 to joint bank account in bracket balancing figure. Opposite side in joint bank account by co-venturer account. Ashish 56,900, Bimal 53,500, 1,10,400, 140, 60, 239, 900. It's getting carried. 233, 239, 900. So all of you are clear with this question? Well, there's a last kind of examples possible underwriting, and throughout the chapter, whether consignment of goods or construction contract or underwriting, the concept throughout remains same. Same three accounts are to be made. I discuss question 16, page 79, 16, question 16, and you'll solve it on your own. Period ended. Question number 16, 16 on page 79. Manu and Kanu entered into joint venture to act as underwriters of newly formed company, which underlying issued 40,000 shares of each. Also underlying the extent of underwriting was 90%. So they will get commission on 40,000 is 90%, 36,000. Value will be 36,000 into 10, 3,16,000. They opened a joint bank account by contributing 45,000 each monthly. Joint bank account debit to co-venturers account. Now, public subscribed for 32,000 shares. So you make this workings. How many shares are issued? 40,000 minus subscribed 32,000, unsubscribed 8,000 into 90% risk. So they have to purchase 7,200 shares to be purchased by underwriters. What entry will you pass for purchasing this 7,200? Hidden entry. Joint venture account debit to joint bank account. 7,200 into 10, 72,000, and joint bank account on credit side. Any doubt with this? And the underwriters duly discharge their obligations, means they purchase the shares in consideration of commission of 5%, which they receive by check. So joint bank account debit to joint venture account. Here commission would be 40,000 into 90% into 10 rupees into 5%. Okay, and opposite side in joint bank. Miscellaneous expenses amounted to 2,500, which were made out of joint bank account. So Krunika, joint venture account debit to joint bank account. Manu took over 1,500 shares at rupees 9 per share, and Kanu took over 1,600 shares at 9.5 per share. Co-venturers are the receiver, debit the receiver's co-venture account debit, and shares going out to joint venture account. And rest of the shares. Now, how many were purchased by them? So write down below that 7,200 minus 1,500 are taken by Kanu and minus 1,600 are taken by, Manu and Kanu. So 7,200 minus 3,100, no, 4,100. How many shares will remain? 4,100. They were sold at rupees 12 per share, brokerage being 0.5 per share. So what is the net amount? 11.5. So same way as we did here, you do it. Joint bank account debit to joint venture account for sale of shares, 4,100 into 11 point. You are required to prepare joint venture account, joint bank account, and personal account of Manu and Kanu. Exactly similar. Okay. Complete this and the chapter gets. Wow. Your homework is question 10 and 15. 10 and 15 is of this kind. Okay. Complete it.